Hello students, welcome back. Now in this lecture of physics we are going to continue our third chapter, that is motion in a straight line, and our today's first topic is path length and displacement. So first of all, let us discuss about the path length. The path length of an object in motion in a given time is the length of a actual path traversed by the object in the given time. So the path length is the path length of an object in motion in a given time is the length of actual path traversed by the object in the given time. Let's suppose this is your point A and a object is start moving from A to like this and finally it reaches at point B. So all the path it cover is known as the path length or distance. A path length is the actual distance traveled by an object in the given time during motion, so that is known as the path length. Now illustration for path length. Now suppose this is your point A, this is your point B, and this is your point C. An object started from point A, it reaches at point B, and finally after B he reaches at point C. So through this we can say that T equal to AB plus BC. Suppose an object goes from A to C following the path A, B, C in a certain time T. So with the help of a figure we can say that the path length traversed by object in given time T equal to AB plus BC. Now suppose if the object goes from point A to B, then B to C, and again C to A in given time T, then we can say that the path length traversed by object is T equal to AB plus BC plus CA. Now third point is, suppose this is a circle and this is the center of the circle, and your object started moving from point A, then it is reached at point B, then it reaches at point C, then it is reaches at point D, and finally he reach at point A. So if an object goes once around a circle of a radius r in a given time t, then the path length traversed in given time t equal to 2 pi r. So from the above we note that the path length is the actual distance traveled. It has only magnitude and no direction, hence path length is a scalar quantity. So the conclusion is path length is a scalar quantity. The path length is the actual distance traveled, and it can never be 0 or negative. I hope I am clear with the topic of path length. Now let's move to its another component, that is displacement. The displacement of an object in motion in a given time is defined as the change in position of the object, that is the difference between the final and initial positions of the object in a given time. It is the shortest distance between the two positions of the object and its direction is from initial to final position of the object during the given interval of time. So the displacement of an object in motion in a given time is defined as the change in position of the object, that is the difference between the final and initial position of the object in a given time. It is the shortest distance between the two positions of the object, and its direction is from initial to final position of the object during the given interval of time. Let's suppose A started moving and after some time he reaches at point B. Now if we talk about the distance, so distance is the traverse path, that means this path. But if we talk about the displacement, so displacement is the shortest path between 2 points. So displacement of an object in motion in a given time is defined as the change in position of an object, that is the difference between the final and initial position of object in a given time. It is the shortest distance between the two positions, and we will say that this is the displacement and this is the distance. Now it is having one more point, that the object and its direction is from initial to final position. That means this, it is having position, it is having direction initial to final position of the object during the given interval of time. So it means it is a vector quantity and illustration for displacement. Now I am again taking this example A, B and C. A point start moving from a point A to B, then he reaches finally at point C. So we will say that when an object goes on path A, B, C, then the displacement of the object is AC, because it is the shortest distance between the initial position and the final position. So the displacement will be AC. The arrowhead at AC shows that the arrow's head on the AC shows that the object is displaced from point A to C. In case the object is displayed from C to A, then we will represent it like CA, and we will say that we will say that it is minus AC. So this is the first point. Second point is that if an object goes from point A to B, B to C and C to A in time t, then the displacement of the object in given time t will be 0, because it is start moving from point A to B, then B to C, then C to A. So we know that it is the shortest distance between the final and initial position. So he return back, so the object is written back at the same position. That's why we will write it. He started from point A and he end at point A. So the displacement will be 0. This is the second point. Third point is the displacement of the object for the motion along a circular path ABC is AC equal to 2R. Now suppose this is your circular path and it start moving. That is point A, B, that is point B, this point C, that is D. It is the radius, and if this is the radius, this will be also the radius. We got AD equal to R under root 2. According to the Pythagoras theorem, we get AD equal to R is AD equal to R under root 2. So the displacement of the object for the motion of object along this circular path A, B, C and D. So the shortest distance is A to D, that is R under root 2. So your AD will be R under root 2, and this is also known as the displacement. So the conclusion is displacement can be positive, 0 and negative. I hope I am clear with the topic of displacement and path length. We will continue this topic in our next video. Thank you.